Hey, my name is Adam Shed. 3 weekends ago, so the first week of August 2013, I dove for a Frisbee. I'll show you the animation. And when I landed, I separated my acromioclavicular joint, so where the collarbone meets the shoulder blade, there's ligaments, and I just ripped through them. So I dove, I guess I landed head first. They told me I rolled. I saw stars. I got up, I was okay, but yeah, I was disoriented and I couldn't throw the Frisbee right, so I knew something was wrong. So I went to Primacare. I called one of the therapists I work for. I do physical therapy as a physical therapy assistant, and asked if he thought I should go to the emergency room. And he said, honestly, it's probably just an AC separation, which I agreed, but I just kind of want to make sure. So it was the right choice. I went to what's called Primacare here in Dallas. It's a cheaper urgent care center, and they did an X-ray, reasonably priced, and confirmed that it was at least a grade 2 or 3 AC separation, if not more, and recommended I go to an orthotist. So I called some other physical therapist friends and asked who they recommended, and went to a fellowship trained guy here in the DFW metro. And initially the PA saw me, and she recommended surgery right away. Said it was at least a grade 3. She also thought, because she walked her fingers out my clavicle and there was no pain till about there, that it may be also fractured, which right now I'm feeling a little difference in like the direction of the clavicle. It goes pretty straight, and then it's kind of weirdly curved. And I've been hearing that from the other doctors I've seen too, so it may be a little bit fractured. But anyways, it hurt. Initially, it hurt pretty bad, but it's not hurt very bad this week, and I stopped wearing the sling that they gave me for most of the week. Apparently you can move these things without stopping the healing process too much. I canceled the surgery. I told my dad I was gonna have the surgery, just right away, and then I told my dad that I was going in for surgery at Monday at 6 a.m. that following Monday, and then he got upset and said he had had the same injury and healed it fine. He probably didn't have exactly the same injury, but it made me think twice. I canceled the appointment once I found out how much it was going to cost, and rescheduled, and then I canceled again. It was just the cost was too overwhelming. I realized also that I have the Cherokee Indian blood and the certification cards, so I called them and they said they could also do a AC reconstruction surgery, but that they would not be doing it the same way using the endoscopy. They would be using a full incision, probably like he said 4 or 5 inches, open surgery, and that they would be using what's called a hook plate rather than the little zip tie cinch cords to cinch it back down to the acromion. So the benefit to that would be it would be more stable, less likely to be messed up from moving in my sleep or whatever. The downside is that metal tends to cause more arthritis later on. So anyways, yesterday, almost 3 weeks later, 2.5 weeks later, I finally made it in to Tahlequah, to the Indian hospital. It's quite a distance from here. And I told him I had talked to some other people that were concerned that I should be conservative. That surgery is not a little deal, and there could be worse repercussions to the surgery than for the injury itself. So I also showed him, I'm having very little pain. That doesn't hurt. I'm able to go up here. I'm able to abduct, flex. I can even internally rotate behind my back. It really doesn't hurt very much. It's just more psychologically draining. It feels like jet lag. 3 weeks ago, before, I was working out every single day of the week, really hard, feeling really good, and which is why I made such a crazy dive in the first place. And for the last 3 weeks, I've worked out 3 times, I think, just a little jog. And it doesn't hurt now to jog and I was doing Stairmaster also, which didn't hurt. Just not the stepping Stairmaster, but the fluid one, like an elliptical, which was fine. But it's just the psychological drain. Feels like jet lag, and then all these people telling me different things and all the different inconsistencies in the things I'm reading. So the first surgeon I saw said he thought it was a grade 5, which almost always requires surgery, and he made a good point. It's not a normal structure, so it won't function normally. And then my dad and some other people have also made a good point, and when they said, well, surgeons like to do surgery, so there's a little bit of conflict of interest sometimes, maybe. I don't know. I hope I'm an ethical practitioner, so I would think, other people are too. Anyways, so I went and saw the guy at the Indian hospital. I was kind of comforted by the fact that I think those guys make salary, so there was no financial incentive to doing surgery. And he was going to do surgery. They did a weighted x-ray, meaning I was holding weights in the arm to fully separate the separation as much as it will separate, so he could see how bad it was. And he said also it was at least a grade 4, if not a grade 5. And but the thing that baffled him was how little pain I'm having and how great my range of motion is. And I guess he also thought, some of these surgeries are so hard to recover from that he said if it was me, I'd be hesitant to do the surgery. And so I said, so you wouldn't do it? And he said, well, that he would probably wait and see how much I can do without the surgery. And a couple other people said it too, that you can always wait for other technologies or a different opportunity to come up to do the surgery later. But the thing that's torturing me now, coming home, is reading the stuff about decreased strength and atrophy. So I'm worried about getting fatter again. I just kind of lost some weight finally. I've been working really hard at losing a little bit of the fat I've been put on from doing home health and driving all day. And then I think the stress of it all is waking me up earlier, and I'm getting to sleep later. I'm snapping a little bit more at my wife, and I've had to take off some time from work, which is stressful for my job. And just not knowing what to do is wearing me out. So I thought I'd post on here. I'll put the x-rays up at the end with a label on them so you can see the x-rays. And then, with all due respect, I'll probably gather all people's opinions and then make my own choice. So, if I don't do what you think you would do, then please don't be offended. But I would love to hear other people's outcomes. I know Sam Bradford is playing NFL right now, throwing fine as a quarterback. I don't even know who he's playing for. I'm going to have to keep up with him better now. And that there are people that have made great recoveries. So, I've been having a really good summer, and I want it back. So let me know what you learned so I can figure this thing out, and I appreciate it.